Hello everyone and welcome back to the Slogo Worldwide tutorial. Um, Today is going to be a bit of a long one because technically it's 3 floors in one. We're going to be getting the basic empty floor, the first version of Crainer's base, and the second version of Crainer's base, which I did show off in the last video. So with that, we'll just get started. It's going to be the same pattern we've been following throughout the series, so if you don't know it, then you should go back and watch the earlier videos so that you know what we're doing. Alright, so to start off, we're going to be doing the empty version of the floor first. So if you want, like, Crainer's base, you can skip ahead to the timestamps in the description. I might also post them up here if you want to see a specific version. So with this, the opening should be on the right. So this is just a model of a floor. This isn't an actual floor. The actual floor will be the second version of the base. So don't worry about this. This is just to match it up with what you would have. So you're going to come to the right of your elevator, row of 3 quarts, 4, and then in between the holes, 3, left, 3, skip a block, 3, skip a block, 4. And then you bring all these up by 4 total. Just the same thing we've been doing through. This one's kind of a combination between the penthouse elevator and the storage elevator, and you'll see what I mean by that in a bit. So you're going to take your glowstone, place it above the part where you get in and out of this floor. And then you're going to raise the outer walls and these walls up to the ceiling. So now what you're going to want is 2 blocks above the corner. On the corner, you're going to go 2 blocks above this little lip here, and you're going to break out 2. You're also going to go to the middle, break out 2, and go to the other corner and break out 2. That's what I mean when it's similar to the penthouse elevator, because it has these little indents here, and you're going to go 3 blocks up and do the same thing. Just like that. Then actually you're gonna want to put in your soul sand on the right. And then you're gonna want your spruce trapdoors. Same thing as before, just the 3 there, the 1 there. And you just fill it with water. So now what you're going to want to do is you want to take your smooth quartz block, and from either corner, you're going to come out with a row of 3 on the bottom. and then you'll connect them together like that. Now you're also going to want black and yellow concrete, and starting from either corner again. So you're going to want to start with yellow, and then you're just going to alternate between yellow and black, and also following the corners. Just like that. And you're going to do a second row of that. Wherever you see yellow, there's black. Wherever you see black, there's yellow. Just like that. Now your oak sign is going to be on your center block, 2 blocks up. Should be yellow if everything lines up correctly. And it's an oak sign. You can place a line of dashes. Second line is floor under. Third line is development. And the fourth line is dash, Slogo worldwide, dash. Let you get that in a second. Now, the floor itself is pretty much done if you're not planning to use it at all. But there are lanterns, and I do have specific placements for them if you want, but technically speaking, the floor is done now. So you can move on to the next tutorial, I guess. So we're going to start off in the back left corner, which should be to the left of the elevator. And if you're starting on this corner block, you're going to come towards the elevator so that you're on the third one towards the elevator. Then you come out to the second one, and there's going to be a lantern there. Then you're going to come out to the fourth one coming forward from that lantern, and you're going to place one there. Now, you're going to want to come to the front left corner, which should be farther away from the elevator, and you're going to come 3 in towards the right, and then 1 back. That's going to be a lantern. Then you can come to the opposite front corner, the front right corner. You're going to come to the left by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the 5th one. Then towards the elevator by 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's just the 5th one to the left, the 3rd one back, if you're looking at it from the way that you would be looking at it from the front. Now you can come to the last corner, which should have no lanterns if you haven't gone ahead in the tutorial and looked at what I have. So from the corner, you're going to come forward to the 4th one, come 1 away from the wall, and that's going to be a lantern. Then you're going to come to the other corner next to the elevator in this section, and you're going to come forward to the 3rd one, 1 away from the elevator, and place 1 there. And then right next to this little barricade here is just going to be 1 there, like that. So, next one, I guess we'll do this one. So, come to this pillar towards the front right corner. You're going to come to the 3rd one away from it. There's a lantern. And then this one next to the little barricade wall there, you're going to come forward to the 5th one away from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lantern. And then, alright, so next you're going to come to like the center of the front, and you're going to go left by 1 and out to the 3rd one from the wall. There's a lantern there. Then, coming from this barricade, starting from the front left of it, you're going to come in to the 4th one, come out to the 3rd one away from it. there's a lantern there. And I believe there's 2 more. Alright, so come to the one you just did, which should be directly in front of this wall, 3 away. You're going to go diagonally towards the front left by 3. So 1, 2, 3. A lantern there. Then you're going to want this one that's closest to the middle of the front. You're going to come back by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And right by 1. Sorry, left by 1 if you're facing towards the front, right by 1 if you're coming back from it. And that should be all the lanterns, if you wanted those specific placements. So now we can move on to the first version of Crainer's base, if you want that instead of this. Alright, so we're in a new floor now. So what you're going to want is your grass block, oak logs, hay bales, dandelions, oak leaves, and smooth stone. And let's start with the smooth stone, since the rest is going to be filled with grass. You're going to come to the front left-hand corner of the building, which should be farther away from the elevator. And you're going to come in diagonally by 1 with the smooth stone. And you could bring that towards the elevator by 3 more. So you've got a row of 4 there. Then extend it to the right by 10 total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. And then just fill in this area with smooth stone. And then this corner here should be the back right, I guess, if you're facing from the front. You're going to bring that back by 1 more. Then the rest of this, you're just going to fill it completely with grass blocks. Entire floor. And this is what you should have so far. The elevator is the exact same as it is on the empty floor, so if you've done the empty floor up to the elevator, you can just keep that. If you've done the entire empty floor, you can just break the lanterns and replace it with the grass, because it is a block higher than where the 4th floor is. So, let's do the hay bales now. So you're going to come to the left of the elevator, in this section here. Go to the back right corner. I'm going to place 2 hay bales vertically there. To the left of it, 1 hay bale vertical. And then in front of it, 1 hay bale facing like horizontally towards like the front and back. Just like that. Then you're going to come to the other corner next to the elevator. On the window corner, you're going to place 2 vertically, then 2 more vertically, just coming out from the front and side of it. And for the last hay bale, you're going to come to this front pillar here. You're going to come out to the 3rd one, and come over by 1 more, just so it's not in line. And it's just going to be 2 vertical there. Just like that. So, you're also going to want a water bucket, and you're going to do the river just to get it out of the way, and it will also help kind of mark out where some things go. So, come to this pillar, which is on the same side as the one with the hay bales, but it's the other pillar from where you line that up, and you're going to come 1 forward from it, and break in, place the water. Coming forward from that, you're going to break one, and then come to the right or left by 3. Just come out from the wall by 3 more, so you have a total of 4 here. Come up by 1, over by 3, up by 1, over by 1, up by 1, over by 2, up by 1, over by 2, up by 1, over by 3. And then you're going to want to come to the bottom right corner. You're going to come down by 1, over by 1, down by 1, over by 1, down by 1, over by 1, and then down by 3. Then you're going to come over by 1, down by 2, over by 1, down by 1, and over by 1. And that's the river done. So now we're going to do the trees. So, place to start, I guess, will be from the back right. Where you've got the hay bales against the window, you're going to come, coming from like the corner, it's going to be the third one in diagonally. If you're coming from the hay bales, it's going to be the second one in diagonally. It doesn't really matter as long as you have one diagonal space between the log and the hay bale. And I'm not going to do the full tree height yet. I'll show you how to do each one. I'm just going to show you the placement for the tree. And next, you're going to come to where you've got this double rows of 4 here on the river. You're going to come out diagonally from the second one towards the front, just like that. Then, from the front right corner, you're going to come in to the third diagonal, and that's going to be your tree. Come over to the other side, where you've got this row of 4 here. You're going to come out diagonally from it, just like that. I think. Yeah, okay. So, then, coming from, I guess this one here, where you're 1 away from the wall, you're going to go diagonal from it, and then back by 1 more. And that'll be where the tree is. And that's just the placement of where the trees actually go. That's, I'll show you how to do each one's height. Okay, so 3 of them are 5 tall and 2 of them are 4 tall. And the 4 tall ones are both in the middle. So these 2 middle trees here are only 4 tall. And then all the other ones are 5 tall. Just like that. Now, if you want to know how to do oak trees, this is the basic oak tree. It's not like fully, it doesn't take into account the random generation of the leaves. So the bottom layer is going to be it's a 3 by 3 around the tree, the log, and then with 3 on each side coming out. So you get this kind of circle. Then you just repeat that one more time. On top of that is just a normal 3 by 3. And then on top of that is just a cross, like that. And that will be your basic oak tree. And the cross will always be just above the log. So you just want to match that up with all your trees. On the 4 tall, you'll start from the second block up, but on the 5 tall, you'll start from the third block up. And that's for all the trees. If you want to build them, you can just place the saplings where they go. Just make sure you don't get any of the monster oak trees. The ones that take forever to take down in survival. And now, what you can get rid of your smooth stone, water bucket, and oak leaves, and hay bales, and your grass block, and you only need the oak log and dandelion. The oak log will come for the house, so you can get rid of that too. The only thing left is the dandelions. Oh, actually, you'll also want a hoe of some kind, and you're going to want seeds, wheat seeds specifically. And I'll show you where each farming plot is. Alright, so we'll go from left to right. So, starting from this pillar, you're going to come out by 2, up by 1, and over by 1. Then, I guess on this second strip of 4, should be in line with the tree. You're going to do 1 on the corner, 1 towards the tree, and 1 out from the river. Like that. Then, I think it's this one actually, yeah. So then coming from the first row of 3 you have here, you're going to place 1 on the corner, 1 towards the trees, and 1 away from the river, like that. It's pretty much just like 1 away from the last one you did. Then if you come over here, it'd be like the middle one between like those 2 and then the 2 closer to the river, just like that. I know I'm not describing these too well, but I've never been good at describing stuff, so you'll just have to kind of watch along and see where it goes. Next is going to be, yeah, so it's on this last little section of river here that you have. Should be against the pillar, and then both towards the river. And then the last one is going to be, I guess, like those 3 there. So like from the window next to the river, 1 out, and then diagonal from it. And then on all those little plots, you're going to want wheat seeds. Oh, I haven't added the torches yet. Yeah, you won't be able to plant them down if they don't have light. So, I'll quickly add torches. I'll show you where the torches go. Okay, so the torches, there's only 4 of them that you need right now. It's just going to be on the black concrete on the corners there. Just like that. And actually, you're going to want to break the yellow concrete for later. Just because for the piston setup, you don't want it there. And then you can place your crops with the light. Not that one, apparently. I guess we have to do the house now. Not yet. We have the dandelions to do. So I'll just save the seeds for later. I'll show you where all the dandelions go if you really want their specific placements. You can just put them randomly. Let me quickly count how many there's supposed to be. So there's only 8 in the entire build. 8 dandelions on this floor, I mean. So if you just want to place them randomly, you only need 8. And most of them are on this side of the river. Let's start with an easy one. So between these two farming plots, right next to the river, you're just going to place a dandelion there. Then, next to this farming plot that looks like a Tetris shape, there's multiple Tetris shapes in this build, because you had the ones on the first floor too. You're going to place a dandelion right next to it, next to the river, like that. Then, you're going to come right in front of these hay bales, there's a dandelion. Then, to the left of the hay bales, if you skip over two and then place one, it should be one away from the wall against the glass, just like that. And then, alright, so you're going to come diagonal from this farming plot here that's diagonal from it should be the lonely one that's away from the two there. You're going to come out diagonal from it with a dandelion. And it doesn't, with the placement of the flowers, it's just based on coordinates, so it really doesn't matter which part of the block it's on, because you can't really change it. Then, you're going to come to this block here, which is it's the corner between the 4 and the 3, towards the wall. Just directly next to the river, there's one there. Then, you're going to come to the top of the river, where you've got this row of 4 right next to the house. You're just going to come up from the top right corner of it. And the last one is... Sorry, I was wrong about this one. It's not there, it's next to the farm. Just like that. And then the last one, I do have it correct. It's right there. So where these 3, the 2 rows of 3 are, you're just going to have a dandelion there. And that should be all the specific placements. Check 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's all of them. Now we can move on to the house. Alright, so you're going to need a lot for the house. So for the exterior, you only need oak log, torch, oak planks, glass pane, and oak door. For the interior, you're going to need a chest. The painting fighters, if you can get it, it's a 4x2. If you can't, if you're on Bedrock Edition, this is where the Bedrock Java difference comes in, because you need to place a lantern inside the painting. And you'll see what I mean when we get to it. You'll also need yellow carpet, yellow bed, lantern, furnace, and crafting table. But we'll start with the exterior of the house. So, where you've got this smooth storm platform that I told you to make earlier in the video, you're just going to come on all the corners. You're going to come out diagonally by 1 with a log and bring it up a total of 4. And then you come left and right of the log with 2 more columns of 4. And you're going to do that on all the corners except for the one where you have the one sticking out. Very easy to know what I'm saying. This one here, where you've got this sticking out here, you're only going to do 2 directly next to it. And then there's going to be a column of 3 to the right of it. Just like that. Connect the bottom of these logs with oak planks. Then you're going to place a row of glass panes on top of the planks, even next to the white blocks that you have there, which will create that weird thing, but that's how Crainer has it. So then on top of the glass panes, you're going to have oak planks, sorry. Except in this doorway, you're going to have a horizontal log like that. Then connect all the logs at the top with more logs going horizontally like that. except on top of the doorway you're going to have one that's vertical so that all the corners are the same. Then for your door, it's going to be facing backwards so that the hinges are on the right side, I think. I'm sorry, I was wrong. The hinges are on the left side. Then, what you're going to do is come in diagonally from the outer log, and then come up by one on all the corners. Like that. Then you'll connect them together, the same way we did with horizontal logs. Then you're going to come in diagonally up again on all of them, and this time the vertical logs should be touching, which means this is the last layer of the roof, which you just connect with horizontal logs there. The torches, you're going to place on top of the house here, on those two logs that are touching. Then you're going to place them on the corners, the front corners specifically, there. So if you're from the door, you can go diagonal up from both sides, and then it should just carry over on that log. Then next to the window, diagonal up from the window on the left side, like that. And then the last torch is over here on the corner. No. Is it? Sorry, there's no torch there. It's just the 4 there. And that's the base of the house done. So you can get rid of all of that, I think. And then you just need your stuff for the interior. And actually, I'm going to put the seeds in since the light should be reaching now. Yeah. So, I'll get started with the lanterns, just because they should be the easiest. Now, if you're on Bedrock Edition, you have a choice here. You can do the lanterns, or you can do the painting, but you cannot do both. So, you're going to come... Yeah, let's do the painting first. So, the painting is just above the window that touches the window. So, if you're coming from the door, you're going to make a right, and you're going to go all the way down above the window. You're going to place spiders up there. And if you're on Bedrock, it should automatically do right painting, I think. You might have to block out like this down there just to keep it from turning into a different painting. If you're on Java, you're going to want lanterns hanging from the logs above the painting. If you're on Bedrock, you can't do that though, so don't worry about it. In front of the window, you're going to place 2 yellow beds. In front of the beds, you're going to place a 2x2 of yellow carpet. To the left of the pillow of the bed, you're going to place a chest. To the right, to the right of the right bed, you're going to place a crafting table with a lantern on top of it. Then come to the opposite side of the house where the door is. On those 2 logs, opposite of those logs, you're going to place lanterns. And then you just need your furnace. So basically, if you're coming in directly from the door, it's just going to be straight ahead facing out towards the door, like that. And that's Crainer's base. Done. That's all of it. The first version, anyway. Next up will be the second version, which is more detailed and a lot fancy. Oh no. Sticky piston. So, last thing you'll need is a sticky piston, a lever, and an oak trapdoor. So, facing into the black concrete there is going to be a sticky piston. Coming out in front of it towards the river is a lever. So when you... Wait. I'm sorry, no. It's not directly next to the black concrete. It's one out from the black concrete. And then you're going to place a lever right between the piston and the river. So when you activate it, it touches the black concrete. When you pull it back, you have an opening. On top of that little opening, you're going to have an oak trap door. And then that's your way out. There's no way in, apparently. But yeah, that should be all of it now. You don't need the piston thing if you don't want it, but it is in Crainer's build, so you can have it. Yeah, so let's move on to the last version of this, which is the spruce one, which we will be going all the way up here for. Alright, so the elevator for this floor is actually different than the base empty floor. It's similar, but it's not exactly the same. So I'd recommend just skipping over that part if you want this version of the base. So what you're going to do is you're going to want smooth quartz, spruce planks, yellow concrete, black concrete, spruce trapdoor, lantern, glowstone, soul sand, and an oak sign. And the oak sign is different from the one over there, so whatever. You're going to do the same base design where you come 4 out on the right, 3, 3, 3, and 4. Outer one you replace with the soul sand. Bring this all up by 4 total, I mean. Then you've got your lip up here. You've got the glowstone above the entrance. And then, here's where you deviate. Lanterns in between the in and out elevators, like that. Not on the middle. Then, just do your trapdoors, like we have been. And then you can fill that with water if you want. Except, what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring up these walls here you bring up, except for the corner there and the center there, where you can't see from the elevator. The corners are going to be spruce, and then the center is going to be yellow concrete. So everything except those little sections there you can bring all the way up. And I'll just show you what it's going to be, just so you can see how it's looking. It should be that, and that'll just be all the way up. Now, the way we're going to do this is specifically from the right side of the elevator if you're coming out from it. If you're like facing towards it, it's going to be the left side of the elevator. But it does matter. If you're on, it should be the side with the trapdoors. So you're going to come out with black, then yellow, then black. Sorry, no, you're not going to come out with black. You're just going to end on the yellow, then you'll come in diagonally with black. Then you'll alternate all the way until you're just before the wall that sticks out farther. You're going to do one last yellow, and then you're going to break into the ground and place a black. Then you're going to go above that with the colors you'd expect, where it would alternate. And then you're going to alternate again. So it's just the first row that's different from the others. And then on top of all of that, on top of it, you're going to have a ceiling that's yellow and black, but you're going to match the front. So what I mean by that is you're going to go up diagonally towards the elevator with the same color as what it is on the front. And then you'll alternate after that. So you have this black and yellow checkerboard design. And that's the entrance of the elevator, nearly complete. Let me actually get back in here because you have the oak sign to do still. So, directly on the center block, it's the same one that the other sign would have been on, except it's black instead of yellow this time. You're going to have an oak sign that says under work. Second line is do not enter in all caps. And then you're going to skip a line, and then the last line is dash Slogo worldwide dash. Like this. And that should be it for the elevator. If you want to fill these with water, you can. I'm not going to bother because I have the rest of this to do. So I'll show you how to do this. Alright, so this one's a bit tricky. You're going to need spruce logs, spruce planks, spruce stairs, dark oak stairs, lantern, and more yellow and black concrete. You're going to alternate it one more time just on the front. Like that. The center, you're going to have 4 spruce logs there. Above just where the yellow and black is, you're going to have spruce planks. And then in front of the black that's touching the spruce, you're going to have lanterns there and there. Now, we'll go from the right. So to the right of the log, skipping 3 blocks, you're going to have 2 spruce planks and then 2 horizontal spruce logs like that, so they're facing outward. And you're going to have the same logs on the other side, but not the same planks. So the planks are not there on the other side. Okay, so the spruce planks, on top of the logs, you're going to place vertical logs, but then you can connect the spruce planks almost to the wall. You're going to leave a 1 block gap between the planks and the wall, like that. Then, from log to log, you're going to have spruce stairs coming in front of the build we've got so far, like that. Alright, and then the yellow and black is going to alternate again, just under those logs since it's exposed. And what we're going to do the stairs now. So, I guess we'll start off by doing this row of spruce right next to those logs, just to make sure everything's consistent. So, coming out from that spruce, you're going to place 2 spruce planks, then 2 dark oak stairs. Behind it, you're going to do 2 spruce planks, then on top with 2 dark oak stairs, behind with spruce planks, on top with dark oak, behind with spruce planks, on top with dark oak, and then you're going to connect the dark oak to the wall with spruce planks. And you're going to do that on both sides, except make sure that no, you're not going to do that on both sides. So from the log thing we have here with the planks at the bottom, you're going to come out with 2 dark oak stairs, behind it with spruce planks, then on top with dark oak, behind with spruce, on top with dark oak, behind with spruce, on top with dark oak, behind with spruce, top with dark oak, and then connect to the wall with spruce. Now, anywhere you have like exposed air next to the stairs where this wall should be, you're just going to place spruce planks to hide it. We'll deal with that, whatever it's supposed to be, in a bit. Next, what you want is your spruce stairs are not going to be thrown on the ground. Sorry. You're going to want your spruce stairs to come out from the spruce behind the topmost dark oak stair. We're going to focus on the left side first, because that'll probably be easier. From the second dark oak stair, you're going to connect that row of 2 spruce to the wall as well. Then the third dark oak, you're only going to connect the first row, the forwardmost row, to the wall. Next to the wall of glass, you're going to place 2 spruce planks, skip a block, and then fill this area with spruce planks, just like that. Alright, so then you're going to go in here, and right next to the doorway to the right, you're going to connect up to the ceiling. So all that you can fill in, but you're going to leave that how that is. You can connect this row of spruce over, as well as the one on top of it. No, not that one. Leave that one. This one you can connect down, but you leave this as 2 block space there. Except for the bottom, you just bring out 1 spruce there. Then, I guess if we're already here, might as well do the room itself. So, I'll be right back with what you'll need. Okay, so you'll just need one more thing, which is the spruce slabs. So, keep everything else. This area, you're going to have to break into the floor for this. So, starting from the doorway, you break into the floor, and then the rest you also break into. And you just replace it all with spruce. Spruce planks, I should specify. And don't worry about being able to see through to the storage room. We'll fix that at the end, where you'll see what it does. Next, you'll need your logs, and coming from this gap we have here, you're going to connect this all the way down with logs, except for this corner, which you're going to bring up with vertical logs there, just like that. You can bring another vertical log over here, up, and then you can connect those with horizontal logs. Before you get to the yellow and black checkerboard, you're going to bring up another vertical log, and then connect it over with, wait. Is that? No, that's right. Okay, so you are going to alternate one more time up on these 2 specifically, but then the rest you're going to bring over with logs. And actually, I think that's a horizontal log and not a vertical one. Then for the ceiling, the top half of the block is going to be spruce slabs. Just like that. And that's like the structure of the room done. We can actually start decorating the room now. So you can get rid of everything, and I'll show you what you need. Alright, so for the actual interior of the room, you're going to want a barrel, dandelion, lantern, birch sapling, yellow bed, flower pot, a painting, which is specifically mortal coil, yellow carpet, and cactus. So we'll start off over here with this weird thing, because you'll probably want to fix it. So in front of it, you're just going to hide it with barrels, a 2x3 of barrels. On the left and right barrel, you're going to have a lantern. Then in the center barrel, you're going to have a flower pot with a dandelion in it. Here you'll have 3 barrels like that facing outward. Then you'll have a flower pot on that spruce plank with a cactus in it. Alright, so next, here's another bedrock thing. You won't be able to place the flower pots here. If you want to do it, you'll have to do it. It's a Java thing where you'll have flower pots in front of the... You'll see. So let's do the lanterns first. So lanterns in that little gap there. And then on the floor, 2 carpet. Here, you're going to have the outer barrels facing out horizontally and the inner barrels facing upwards. I think. I'm sorry, I had that reversed. You're going to do the outer barrels facing upward and the inner barrels facing out. In front of the barrels, you're going to have 2 beds. Then, you're going to want the painting Mortal Coil, which should be the skeleton sitting on the seashell. You're going to have that in that gap there. Now, if you're on bedrock, you won't be able to do this, but on top of the barrels in front of the painting, you'll have flower pots with birch saplings in them. Now, what you're going to want to do is... okay, so surrounding the bed, you're going to want slabs. So you can get rid of any of your plants or flower pots or bed or painting, whatever you've already used, because it's literally just the slabs and carpet you need. Surrounding the bed, you're going to use spruce slabs. And then surrounding that, you're going to have yellow carpet. And then you're going to bring the yellow carpet forward by 2 more rows. Just like that. And that's Crainer's bedroom done. Except for the door and the sign, which I'll show you. Alright, so you're going to want dark oak fence, lantern, dark oak door, and a birch sign. So start with the door. It's in the doorway. The hinges are on the left side. Pretty simple. The dark oak fence is going to hang from the corner where the stair is, and then you're going to have a lantern hanging from that. Above the door, you want a birch sign that has a row of X's. The next line in all caps is Crainer's. The next line is bedroom in all caps. No, I'm sorry. Those are not X's. Those are asterisks, which is Shift 8 on most keyboards, if I'm not mistaken. But it is, because an X looks like... Whoa. Hold on. An X looks like that. That's just a lowercase x. No, that's a lowercase x. It is an asterisk, like that. So Shift 8. Guess we should do the kitchen, since that'll probably... Yeah, we'll do the kitchen next. Alright, so you're basically just going to mirror what you have here, just on the front. So, where you have the door facing, or the door 1 block away from the glass, and it is not facing, it's facing away from the elevator, where that yellow is. The hinges are on the left. Then, you're going to want your dark oak on the corner with the lantern below it. Then above the door, you're going to have your sign with the row of asterisks. Then all caps Crainer's, all caps kitchen, and then the row of asterisks. Just like that. Now, something I will mention, on top of these stairs, just the ones next to the wall, you're going to place 2 dark oak fence on top of them, on each side, just like that. Now we can move on to what's actually in the kitchen. Alright, so you're going to start off with spruce slab, spruce log, spruce planks, lantern, black concrete, and spruce trapdoor. You're going to start by going 1 block above the door. You're just going to bring the spruce over like that. Then you're going to bring this down. Then you're going to just fill that in. Then you're going to bring this down as well. But you're just going to leave that going diagonal like that. I'm sorry. This you're going to break. That's not spruce. You're just going to leave the one there. Then the floor you can replace. So you're going to obviously break the door. But the floor you replace mostly with spruce planks. But I'll show you which ones turn into black concrete. So you can just replace the whole floor with spruce planks for now, and I'll show you which ones you'll actually want to change out. And you can just fix your door. Yeah, you're going to need a lot for this room. I guess on the corners, you can just bring your logs up by 4. Like that. And then, yeah, it's 2 blocks away. You'll place another log there. And you can bring these corner ones up, but then you're going to bring that across with horizontal logs. Just on all those sections there. And then this one, it's going to be basically a mirror of the bedroom where it's offset. Then the roof, you can fill in with slabs, I believe. Just fill in the whole roof. Ceiling, I guess, would be more accurate to say. Then actually this log here, where it's like touching the black and yellow checkered, you're going to replace the bottom one with black concrete. And then, okay, so here's where we're going to have to actually do some redstone. So what you're going to need is a sticky piston, a lever, a redstone torch. You can get rid of your lantern. We haven't used those yet, but we'll need them. And a redstone dust. Facing into these 2, the black and yellow here, and 1 away, you're going to place sticky pistons. Let me fix that. That's not how you fix it. That's not a sticky piston. Then come to the right with a block. On top of it is a redstone dust. Below that is... wait. Yeah. Is it? Hold on. Let me double check something. Alright, so you're going to replace the one below it with black concrete, and then you're going to place a redstone torch on top, and that should activate both pistons. Unless you're in bedrock with weird... that also... No, it didn't shift it. I'm stupid. I didn't break it like last time. Then, you're going to break into the ground, and you're going to place a lever right there. Then around the lever, you're just going to replace with black. Let me see below the lever. So no, below the lever you do not replace. Don't worry about what's below the lever, because we'll get to it when we get to it. Um, then what you can do is, if you want to hide the redstone, you can just like cover it up with black concrete. Except on top, you're gonna place slabs, just a 2x3 there, and then you're gonna have trapdoor there, and then a 3x3 of trapdoors here. Oh no. Okay. So you won't be able to use some of those blocks, just so that it doesn't automatically flip and unflip the trapdoor every time you use it. But you're just going to want to do that to hide it. If you want, you can have one on top and one on the bottom so that you can like crouch and get in. But you'll still want to flip those closed for the most part. Then, so there's a few blocks specifically that you're going to replace with black concrete. So these last two, you replace with black concrete, and then diagonal from it in front of where the black log is, you're going to place black concrete, and then you're going to do 3 more trapdoors here and flip them open. And that kind of hides the redstone, kind of. Not very well, but it does. And that should be the structure of the room complete. So now it's just on to actually decorating them. Alright, so we'll start with barrel. So for the barrels, it's just under that spruce block that's sticking out. The spruce trapdoors, if you're coming in, you're gonna immediately turn right from the door and place 3 spruce trapdoors like that. Then you're gonna have 3 upside down spruce stairs, and then 2 more trapdoors like that. Then you're gonna take your anvil, and you're gonna have 2 anvils on coming out from the side stairs, I guess. And then on top of them, you're gonna have yellow carpet. Then coming out from the yellow carpet, you're gonna have spruce trapdoors and flip them open so that you have your chairs. Then you're gonna have your lanterns, and in between these, next to this log in front of it, you're gonna have a lantern, and then next to this plank, you're gonna have a lantern. You should have like a single piece of glass that kind of marks out where it goes. It's just in the corners. Then in between these logs is going to be 4 barrels facing outwards. Then between these logs is 2 lanterns. And I think that's all you'll need for lanterns. And anvils and carpet. So get out item frames, a cookie, and a cooked mutton. We're just going to get this over with. So in front of the chairs you have, place down item frames on the stairs if you can. If you're in Bedrock, you might not be able to. I don't know if they changed it. Then you'll have a cookie, and you're going to want to rotate it if you have to so that it faces properly towards the chairs. Just like that. And then a mutton in the right item frame, a cookie in the left item frame. And then you can get rid of those. You can also get rid of slabs, spruce log, spruce planks. I think the rest of this is just all that we need to complete it. You can also get rid of the spruce stairs. Let's do the furnace. So over here in this gap of 2, you're going to place 2 furnaces and then 2 spruce trapdoors on top. Just like that. I'm sorry, you are still going to need spruce planks. I just remembered. So the last few things you'll want, you will need either a dispenser or a dropper. I'm not sure which, but it could be a dispenser or it could be a dropper. It doesn't really matter which one because the texture is the same for it when they're facing upward. You're also going to want a campfire, and you will need a temporary block somewhere. So start with the dispenser or dropper, whichever one you got out, and you're going to want it facing upward just next to the log with the trapdoor above it. And then you can finally get rid of your trapdoor and also your dispenser. Next to that is a cauldron. On the glass above the cauldron, you're going to replace it with a spruce plank and then place a tripwire hook on top of it. And you'll want to fill the cauldron with water. Then, next to the cauldron, you're going to break into it. No. Next to the cauldron is just a barrel, and it should be facing out. Then, you're going to break into the floor with your next to the barrel. And you're going to want your smooth quartz. Just place it underneath where the spruce floor is. And then you're going to want a campfire on top of that. You can break the quartz underneath if you want. I wouldn't, just for my recommendation. And then you're going to put a smoker on top of the campfire. And then a hopper going into the glass there. And I think that's it for the kitchen. So yeah, now we can move on to the last section up here. So you can start off by filling in this area with spruce planks. And we will get on with the build. So we're going to start off by doing the actual structure of the upstairs area, just so that we have it done with. So you're going to start with the outermost corners. It doesn't really matter which one you start with. You're just going to bring the logs up until you hit the glass. Then with these glass, you're going to bring them down with 3 logs. And then with the quartz, you bring it down with 3 logs as well. Just like that. And you should get this kind of reverse pyramid shape. And you do that on both sides. Then below all the logs that are like exposed on the bottom, you're going to place spruce slabs. Just like that. Then what you'll want to do is you can bring the inner logs just straight up. Like that. Then what you want to do is these logs here that we had placed earlier, you're just going to bring them up by 3 more. Like that. Then in the middle between the spruce and the yellow concrete in front of it, you're just going to bring logs all the way up. I'm just trying to use up all the logs that are in this. Then you're going to connect them together in the middle. Then you're going to bring these logs in the corners out or forward until you're 1 more than the spruce planks. And then you're going to connect the inner logs to them. Like that. Now, for this right wall where the elevator doesn't pass through, you can replace all this with spruce planks. Like that. Below all these logs, you're going to place slabs, spruce slabs. Then half a block below those, you're going to place regular stairs only on the sides. Like that. Actually, let me double check. Yeah, it's only on the sides that you'll do it. And then below that, you'll have logs going out. And it should only be 3. Then below that, you'll have upside down spruce stairs. Then you're going to go 1 block below that with more spruce stairs. And then only on the right side, you're going to want spruce trapdoors. And it's going to be in between these 2 stair sections here, and you're going to flip them up. And that's kind of the basic structure for this. I guess we can do the roof. So you just really need stairs for the roof. So you just go on top of the logs, the 3 tall logs here, come out forward by 1 more, and then connect into the spruce. Like that. And then you're just going to go up diagonally with stairs all the way up until you meet in the middle. At which point, I believe it's just a plank. It might be a slab though, so don't. I'll double check before. So it is slabs. It's not planks. You're going to come up half a block with slabs. Then, you're also going to need dark oak stairs and dark oak slabs. On the front here, you're going to have 2 rows of dark oak slabs underneath every stair and slab of spruce that you have. As well as in front, no, not in front of the logs. And then on the back, you're going to have dark oak stairs, like that. Yeah, dark oak stairs coming up from the logs and then in front of the logs. And I was wrong about the slabs. It's only 1 row. Then you can use your lanterns to give this place a bit of light. And in front of the yellow and behind the dark oak slab in the center are going to be lanterns. Then you're going to want your spruce log, and in the center it's just a single spruce log. Then on top of the spruce log is a lantern. In front of the logs, you're going to place dark oak fence, and then you're going to connect it together in the middle, and it should just be on top of the spruce stairs. Then you're going to come out from the logs with dark oak fence just until you meet the dark oak stairs, so it should be in line there that it ends. And you should only need 4 on each side. And I think that's the basic structure done. The rest is pretty much, no, the lanterns you're going to need again. So in front of these middle pillars here, these middle quartz things, you're going to place lanterns in front of them. And that's just on the middle ones, not on these outer ones. Then over here with these diagonal log formations we've got, on the ceiling you're going to place dark oak fence. Then below that you're going to place 2 lanterns, and that's on both sides. Then, with these logs here, you're going to place slabs 1 block above, on the block above where the other slabs are, and then you're going to place lanterns below those, so that you have something like this. And now we can get on to decorating, I believe. I think we can. can get rid of everything. So we're going to start with this middle section here, just because I think it's the easiest. So next to this single log little lamp here, you're going to place 2 oak leaves on either side, like that. Coming out from it, you're going to place 3 yellow carpet. On either side of that is 3 black carpet. Either side of that is 3 yellow carpet. Just like that. Then, coming from the left side of this log, I think, hold on. Yeah, I was right. So coming out from this log, you're going to want a loom that's facing out from it. So like the white lines, the wool shearer things are going to be coming to the left. Then you want a cartography table, and you're going to place it to the right of the right log. On top of both of those, you want flower pots. And then on the left flower pot, you're going to want a lily of the valley. On the right flower pot, you're going to want a blue orchid. And now I'll show you how to do the banners. So all you need is a yellow banner, black dye, and the skull charge banner pattern. And since we've already got a loom down, you can just use that. So you're going to put in your yellow banner, the black dye, and the skull charge, and then you're just going to take that. And that's going to be your banner. And there's only 3 of them, so there's one block below the lantern, and then there's 2 on either side of, hold on, let me see exactly where they are. So it's just on the 3rd stair down on both sides, so there and there. So, well, if you're counting the slab as a stair, so that'll be 1st layer, 2nd layer, the 3rd layer, it's just against that stair, just like this. And you will never need your banner again. Alright, so to start off, you'll need your bookshelves, and it's just going to be below these stairs. You're going to do a 3x3 of bookshelves. Sorry, it's going to be 1 out from the stairs. And then in this little pocket we've got here, you're going to want stairs, and you're going to want them upside down 1 block up. So if you need, you can just remove the bookshelves, and then you can put them back. Then, coming from the back corner of the bookshelf, you're going to come over by 3, or 4 really, and then you're going to come forward from that rightmost by 2. 1 block away from all the bookshelves, you're going to have an enchanting table. Then, surrounding the enchanting table, you're going to have yellow carpet with black carpet on the corners. So you have that little pattern there. On top of the outermost bookshelves, you're going to have lanterns. Right, hold on. Yes, you are going to have lanterns on the outermost bookshelves. Then, on top of all the bookshelves that you can, you're going to put slabs. Just like that. In front of all the bookshelves, you're going to have spruce trap doors and flip them open. Well, all the exposed bookshelves that aren't in the enchanting area. And then you're going to add 2 more rows of the trapdoors here. Actually, you could probably bring a log over here, since it's probably just mimicking that. And then you can just flip those all open. And then, hold on. So you're going to replace the block behind the blue orchid with a spruce plank. Not a slab, a plank. And then you're going to place 2 trapdoors and flip them open above it. just like that. And that's the enchanting area. So next we'll move on to the storage area, I guess would be what it is. And then we'll do the farm. Alright, so I was wrong about these stairs. You're gonna break those. Those don't exist. Guess we'll go from right to left. So in front of, to the right, to the left of these planks here, you're gonna place a stone cutter, and you're gonna want the saw facing like this way, left to right. Then you're gonna come over with 2 barrels, connect in between these logs with 4 barrels, and then you're gonna have, hold on. Then you're gonna have 2 barrels. And then 1 block above, you're gonna repeat all the barrel placements. Next to the left barrels, you're gonna have a crafting table with a brewing stand on top. And then you're gonna have a 2x2 furnaces. Is it a 2x2 or is it? Yeah, it is just a 2x2. So next you're gonna have yellow carpet and black carpet, and it's just gonna be a 3x4 over here. So what you're gonna have is 3 yellow carpet on the sides, and then a 2x3 of black carpet in the middle. Just like that. Now, here's another Java exclusive lot in this build. You're going to have item frames on all the barrels. If you're on Bedrock, you won't be able to do it on the corners or where the carpet is, so don't worry about it if you can. And then you're also going to want a potion of healing. Technically, you'll want 3. And you're going to fill them in with the brewing stand. Actually, let me double check. Does it matter which potion you have? No. So you can just put any kind of potion in there. I just did healing because that's what it looked like in the video. But you can put whatever potion you want in there. And that's the actual base part of it done. So now you're going to want grass blocks. And you're just going to replace all the smooth quartz that you can see with, on the floor with grass blocks. Just the entire area. Alright, so once you have that, we can get started on the farm area. Alright, so to start off, you're going to want stone brick stairs, stone bricks, smooth stone slabs, chiseled stone bricks, lanterns, stone brick wall, and grass block. So, start with the chiseled stone just to get it out of the way. Where these quartz pillars are, you're going to place a chiseled stone with a lantern on both sides. And this is reflected, so you can do this on either corner. So you're going to start by coming forward with 3, then over by 1, then diagonal out by 3, and over by 2. And you're just going to do 2 rows of that on both sides. Then, in front of these rows of 3, you're just going to have 3 smooth stone slabs in front of them. Then you're gonna want four smooth stone slabs placed like that, so that they turn into blocks, just next to the stone bricks, and then in front of that you'll have a block. And then you're gonna want only two stone brick stairs coming out from those, so that they kind of lead up to it. Then behind all of that, on the top, you're just gonna have a row of stone bricks. Actually, you're gonna want 2 rows of stone bricks behind all that. In between the stairs, you're gonna have stone bricks. On top of those stone bricks, you're gonna have smooth stone slabs. Then you'll have a chiseled stone brick in front of that with a lantern on top. Then coming out from this, you're gonna have a chiseled stone brick with a lantern on top. Then you're gonna come out with smooth stone slabs until you're one away from the outer stone brick. Then you're gonna come in diagonally with a smooth stone slab block. Then you're gonna come in diagonally and connect to the glass with just the slabs. And do that on both sides. On top of the blocks, you're going to have chiseled stone with lanterns on top. Then, just below the slabs, you're just going to fill this entire area with grass blocks. Like that. So now, you're actually going to want a water bucket, and what you're going to do is come to the middle. You're going to go all the way against the wall, break into the ground, and then break one to the left. And you're going to want to cover the lower block with something, probably dirt or grass, whichever. Then you're going to come over here, and you're going to do the same thing. It's just the frontmost slab away from the window, and you do that on both sides. Like that. And that water is off center, but it's fine. Now what you'll want is, you can get rid of your grass block now, and your water bucket. You're going to want oak leaves, a flower pot, lily of the valley, and get rid of your chiseled stone as well, and a blue orchid. And what you'll want to do is, to start on either corner, because it doesn't matter, it's reflected. And behind the water, you're going to place 2 oak leaves. Next to it, a stone brick wall, oak leaves, stone brick wall, and oak leaves. On top of the stone brick walls, you're going to have flower pots, and you do that on both sides. So you should have 3 leaves and then 2 walls in between the leaves. And then the blue orchid is going to be on the innermost flower pots, and the lily is going to be on the outermost flower pots. Like that. Now, you can get rid of pretty much everything. You're going to want, hold on, let me clear all this. Oh, I'll probably need the lantern. So you're going to want spruce logs, spruce leaves, lantern, iron hoe, wheat seeds, carrots, and beetroot seeds. So you're going to start in front of the water. You're going to place a log on the left side, and then you're going to place into it another log. that. On top of the horizontal log, you'll want a lantern. And we'll do the tree in a minute. But first, hoe all of the dirt that isn't covered up here. Just like that. Then the crops do have specific places where they are. So these back 2 rows on the left side are all wheat. And then the wheat continues only for 3 blocks there. And then 3 blocks from the right of that water there. Then you're going to have a 2x4 of carrots here. And then only 4 carrots on the left side there. Then you're going to have 2 beetroot there. And 3 beetroot here. And these 2 here just stay empty. You can get rid of all your seeds in your hoe. And maybe the lantern too. Let me double check, because all that we have left is the tree. And then we're done. So, this vertical log is going to be up by 5 total, so you're going to add 4 to it. Like that. And you're going to come over with the log, up by 5. And then you're going to come forward with 2, and left by with 1. Then 1 block lower than the top, you're going to come out with 2 to the right, just like that. Now for the leaves, they can be a bit annoying, so I'll show you where they go. So, you're going to come in front of this entire row of spruce, just like that. And over here, it's going to be 1 block up from that. Then over here, it's 2 blocks up from that. Like that. Then on top, you can do on top of that branch, and then a 2x3 connected at the end. Like that. So let's start with the back, just to get it over with. It's kind of in stairs, so the leftmost, if you're from the front, is going to come down 5, I think? Let me see. It's 6, not 5. So it'll just be in line with where that one ended. Then the next one, the middle one, is just going to be 1 less than that. And the right one is going to be 1 less than that. Let's do here. So you're going to come 3 down from the log. Then the one immediately next to the log. And then down by 2. The one to the left of the log, down by 1. One in front of the log, down by 1. And that'll be that branch done. Next we'll do this one. Well, this one's pretty easy. You just need to fill in just on top there, and you'll have the Tetris shape again. This one you don't. That one only goes next to the log. Next, you'll come below the log with 2. Then in front of the log with 1, and bring it down. And then these ones you can bring down by 2. Except the inner one, you're going to bring down an extra 1. Sorry, it's going to be an extra 2, not an extra 1. Then this one, you are going to bring down 1 more. And over here, finally, you're going to come below that's already got 3. Okay, so you're going to come in front of it and to the right by 1. And then you're going to bring that down 3 more. Like that. And then this one, you're going to fill in between. And you're going to bring that down until it's 1 less than the 2x4 we've got there. I'm not really explaining the tree the best, but you're just gonna have to kind of watch along and see how to do it, because I'm not very good at explaining it. So, but that should be everything except grab out smooth quartz blocks, and you're gonna want to go down a floor. So let's open up our little piston door here, and drop down. So now here's the storage room, and if you look up, we have this mess. And you're probably wondering how Crainer was able to keep his base hidden if he had all this dirt just exposed here. He didn't. He had an entire layer of smooth quartz below every single block up there. So you just fill in an extra layer of smooth quartz here. And that'll be it. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's all of these floors done. I've been recording for nearly 2.5 hours now, so like I said, it is a longer one, but that's just because I did 3 different versions of the same floor. If you want to, you can fill in like under this with more dirt. You don't have to if you don't really feel like it, but you can. And then next video will be the empty floor. And this is kind of it. It's just this. There's not even any lanterns. It's just the wall. So it should be a pretty quick one to do.